Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, and just like how we did for the men's Olympic ice hockey team for the next week or so, we will be covering Team USA baseball, or at least while a certain pitcher is toting the bump for the red, white, and blue. I am your host, Brady Vini. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We were just live, actually, about half an hour ago, covering the latest going on in the Pittsburgh sports world, mainly NFL free agency for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was a fun chat. But now, a quick turnaround. We shift our focus to the World Baseball Classic. And tonight's matchup, maybe one of the best matchups in the tournament thus far. Team USA taking on Mexico tonight. There are bona fide MLB stars on each side of this matchup, especially on the United States side. Here over the next few minutes leading up to first pitch, we will talk a little bit about the World Baseball Classic, what all has gone down to this point, what all went down in today's action for the other games around the World Baseball Classic, and then we'll dive in to this matchup a little bit before we officially get things going. And this is pretty much going to be a warm-up for me for the regular season. Was live for a few Pittsburgh Pirate games over last season. This is my first baseball game live stream for reactions and commentary of the 2026 baseball season. So excited to do this here tonight and excited to talk about the World Baseball Classic as a whole. Before we officially get things going here on this Monday night for the World Baseball Classic. If you are new here, welcome to the Steel City Sports Report. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here again on the channel. Like this live stream, share this live stream, and in the comment section, any thoughts, questions, or opinions that you may come across here this evening, please do not hesitate to put those in the comment section. I enjoy interacting with you fine folks, as you and I both enjoy hopefully what will be a fantastic baseball game here this evening. Also, go check out the channel at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and tune back in. Maybe I'll leave a strong maybe on it. We'll see how chipper I am after this ball game for a new edition of SCSR 60. With that, let's get right into it, talking about tonight's baseball game, ladies and gentlemen, for the World Baseball Classic. Right now, so far, a good tournament all the way around in the World Baseball Classic across the four pools, the A, B, C, and D pool. Pretty much the teams at the top are teams you would expect in Team A, consisting of Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Colombia, and Panama. It is Cuba and Puerto Rico fighting for the top of that division. Team B, the pool that we will be watching a game out of this evening. Right now, USA and Mexico, one of these two teams will no longer be 2-0. They will notch their first tally in the loss category tonight. Team Italy, led by one of my favorite Pirates of all time, manager Francisco Cervelli, they are 2-0 as well. Other teams in this division near the bottom, Great Britain and Brazil. Team C, of course, it is Japan, the last World Baseball Classic champions. They lead that pool. That also features Korea, Australia, Chinese Taipei, and Czechia. And then in Pool D, no surprise, Dominican Republic at the top of that division right now with a couple of current Pirates on there. Gregory Soto, Dennis Santana, and O'Neal Cruz, who has 2 homers in the tournament, followed by Venezuela at 2-0, Israel, Netherlands, and Nicaragua. In today's matchups across the World Baseball Classic, you saw, I believe, Venezuela take down Nicaragua 2-0. Or, matter of fact, that game is currently ongoing. It is 2-0 in the 4th inning of that one. Games that went final earlier today. Great Britain taking down Brazil 8-1. You have Colombia winning in a close one against Panama 4-3. The Dominican Republic, a 10-1 pounding of Team Israel in that one. Of course, O'Neal Cruz, another home run. Australia falling to Korea 7-2. I believe that was the last game for both of those squads in Pool C. And then the other game that will be played tonight, along with Mexico and United States, Cuba and Puerto Rico. That game is scheduled to start momentarily. But tonight, it's all about Team USA versus Mexico. This matchup, ladies and gentlemen, may be one of the best of the preliminary round in this tournament between two teams that are really, really good and have history. As here comes Team USA to my right, taking the field. Someone play Cue Country Roads, because there he is, tall Paul Skeens, born for this moment, representing his country. Skeens, growing up in the USA baseball development program, wanted to attend the Air Force Academy, fly fighter jets, played baseball as just a hobby there for him at that time, and then ends up turning pro. And now 5 years after he joined the Air Force, here he is pitching, representing the red, white, and blue on one of the biggest stages in the baseball world. This matchup, like I said, very much highly anticipated between these two, and there is some history between these two. Right now, Team USA with Skeens looking to end a 3-game losing skid against Mexico here in the World Baseball Classic. Dating back to 2006, Mexico, has beaten the USA 3 straight times. Now, this is easily the most stacked roster that the United States has ever fielded for a World Baseball Classic, including that man right there, the pitcher, Paul Skeens. So hoping for some massive success for Skeens. Personally, as a Pirates fan, hoping that he stays healthy throughout this tournament as well. And for Team USA as a whole, looking to follow up the men's Olympic and women's hockey team. Both of those hockey squads for the United States taking home gold in the Olympics a few weeks ago. The U.S. trying to follow it up with a World Baseball Championship here this evening. We'll get into the lineups real quick as we await first pitch for Team Mexico. They have a pretty decent top half of their batting order. Of course, Jarren Duran, the star outfielder for the Boston Red Sox, will lead it off against Skeens, followed by Randy Arozarena and Jonathan Aranda at first base. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, bats cleanup. Rowdy Tellez, former Bucco, as a DH. Nacho Alvarez Jr. at third. Nick Gonzalez at second. Alek Thomas in center. Joey Ortiz at shortstop. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is no longer time to beat around the bush. Let's get right into it. Jarren Duran is going to step into the batter's box here, and we are underway in this big matchup. Mexico in their road gray pants with green jerseys. Team USA, all white home uniform. The first pitch of the game from Paul Skeens. It is a 94-mile-an-hour splitter outside to the lefty Jarren Duran. And that is going to be ball one. Packed house there at Daikin Park in Houston. Swing and a miss from Duran on the 1-0 pitch. Skeens got him with a breaking ball out ahead again. As again a look at Daikin Park, packed to the brim. Of course, not for Team USA, but also tons of Mexican fans there as well. Another swing and a miss for Jarren Duran. Again, Skeens gets him with the off speed, and now after falling behind 1-2 is the count. Skeens, National League Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. Last year in the MLB, the National League Cy Young Award winner unanimously. Here's the 1-2 from Skeens, and that fastball got away from him. 99, so the velocity looking good for Skeens. That one well above the zone for ball 2. Duran, 2 for 6 in the World Baseball Classic with a home run. Here's the 2-2 from Skeens, and this one fouled off by Duran back behind home plate, so the count remains at 2-2. Duran, star outfielder for the Boston Red Sox, now representing Mexico here in the WBC. Another 2-2 from Skeens. This one, foul tip. Oh, boy. Duran barely got a piece of that one. Raleigh couldn't squeeze it. And it remains 2-2. Excellent battle to start this ball game between Duran and Skeens. 4 seconds left on the pitch clock. Skeens now winds and delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A 90-mile-an-hour change up from Paul Skeens, and that is the first of hopefully many strikeouts, not just for him tonight, but also in this World Baseball Classic and his 2026 MLB season. Duran out ahead of the off-speed pitch again. They showed the crowd there for a moment. Maybe some representatives of the United States Air Force baseball team out here in support of one of their brethren in Skeens against Randy Arozarena. Starts him off 100-mile-an-hour heat upstairs. And Arozarena a little bit late on it. Nice pitch there from Skeens. Got the bite and chase from Arozarena. Here's the 0-1. And another one again. 99 on the gun. After toying with Duran a little bit with the off-speed a moment ago, Skeens just coming right after Arozarena here with the speed. Again, the wind, the deliver, the 0-2, and this time Arozarena will lay off that high fastball. Hey, if it worked the first 2 times, no real reason to alter your approach if you are Paul Skeens. Let's see what he goes with now on a 1-2 pitch. Skeens, grounder to third, up with it, and a strong throw on to first, gets him by a step. That is Alex Bregman, the new Chicago Cub. He now going to be in the National League Central Division with my Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm not a big fan of that, but definitely rooting for him here in this World Baseball Classic. Is wearing the red, white, and blue team rivalries and player despising goes out the window for a bigger cause here. Now, this is Jonathan Aranda of the Tampa Bay Rays stepping into the box. Skeens gets one by him there looking for the first strike. This will be Skeens' 13th pitch of the inning here. Wonder how deep he's going to go here tonight. That pitch there, 97, well above the zone. Another ball. Looks like Skeens and his fastball got some life to it, riding up in the zone here tonight. The 1-1 from Skeens. This one high and inside a little bit from Aranda. Had to turn a bit. So now 2-1. There's a look at the USA dugout. Tarek Skubal. Some breaking news around him. He will be departing Team USA after this game here tonight. Head back to the Detroit Tigers. Another fastball from Skeens just above the zone. No bite from Aranda. So now the count runs to 3-1 here. Aranda, you going to get anything maybe to turn on here? The pitch from Skeens, and this one, nice sinker in there. 97 on the gun from Skeens, froze Aranda, and now the count is full, 3-2. Skeens here on the 17th pitch of the inning, looking to get his club back in the dugouts, maybe get the bats going a little bit. Here's the 3-2 from Skeens. This pitch swung on, and this is going to be fouled. 98 up and in heat from Skeens. Wide eye look from Aranda. Gave one of these off of that. Maybe surprised he made contact, surprised at the location of the pitch. They do battle again here. Skeens the pitch, and Aranda's going to sky this one to the left side, chasing after it. Bregman, and it is Roman Anthony, the left fielder in foul territory right in front of that protective netting for the fans. He comes in, makes a leaping catch with the glove, and Team USA scoreless. Top of the first for Paul Skeens, and now the Americans looking to do some damage with the bats. Got off to a hot start, did Team USA in their first game against Brazil to start the WBC. Saturday, not quite the case, fell behind there for a few innings against Great Britain. Let's see what sort of start they have here tonight. The lineup for Team USA, one of the most star-studded lineups you will see here in this entire tournament. Bobby Witt, multi-time All-Star for the Kansas City Royals at shortstop. Bryce Harper, big power bat from the left-handed side of the plate. He's at first. Kyle Schwarber, DH, batting fourth, sandwiched between those two Philadelphia Phillies, batting third. Aaron Judge, Captain America, the captain for this Team USA, he is in right field. Alex Bregman, who just made a play a few moments ago, bats fifth, plays at third base. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, led the MLB in home runs last year, most home runs, I think, by a catcher in MLB history of the Seattle Mariners, also the home run derby champion last year in the MLB. He is in the sixth hole. Roman Anthony, who made the top of the inning ending catch a moment ago, bats seventh and is in left, was a late addition to this Team USA squad, filling in for the injured Corbin Carroll. Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins and Bryce Terang of the Milwaukee Brewers finish out the lineup here tonight. They will be taking on Team Mexico, and on the mound for Mexico is Manny Barreda. 33 starts, a 12-11 record, a 4.92 ERA in the Mexican League and CPBL in 2025. Going to have a tall task ahead of him here tonight against Team USA. And in stands Bobby Witt, the line, and the first pitch of the night for Barreda. 92 mile an hour, right at the top of the zone on the black. It's going to be 0-1. Barreda here. A little bit of a different windup from what you would normally see from pitchers. Here's a ground ball by Witt to third base. Up with it and a throw out at first. That was Alvarez Jr. making the play over to Aranda. Bobby Witt quickly down for one out. Nick to Barreda, a bit of a different wind up for him. Rings his glove up above his head like this while facing the batter, and then goes into his delivery. Here's Bryce Harper, the Philadelphia Philly. Big cut to begin his first at-bat of the night. 0-1. Just under that fastball, top of the zone. Barreda delivers again. This one here, breaking ball at 86 mile an hour changeup just outside for ball one. Harper 2 for 9 so far in this tournament. Waiting for maybe the power to show up for him a little bit. Takes a massive swing at that one. A slider started on the inside and then broke off towards his midsection. He took a hack at it. Couldn't make contact. 1-2 from Barreda. The pitch again. And Harper just fighting that one off. That was a nasty changeup. Excellent location. And Harper had to go down and just make contact. Fouled it away. 1-2. Barreda. Again. Here's the pitch. Slowing up his windup there. Now Harper rips this one down the right field line, but shifted over. Hugging the line was Aranda. And that is going to be out. Number 2, he'll take it to the bag himself. Look at Benji Heel. Team Mexico's manager, was a World Series champion as an Anaheim Angels player back in 2002. Now coaching Team Mexico here. Coming off of a blowout win against Brazil, 16-0 last night. And here's Aaron Judge. Swing and a miss. 86 mile an hour slider. There, Judge swinging just over it. 2 for 9 as well here in the WBC. 3 RBIs, 1 home run for Judge. That came in the first inning against Brazil Friday night. And Judge rips this one into left field. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, tried to dive after it. It was just out of his reach. And the United States has a runner on board here in the bottom of the first. It is nice being able to root for Aaron Judge. Have him on your team for once. So much, I guess you'd say, despised by other teams because he's a New York Yankee. But it is great to have him on your team here for the World Baseball Classic. Kyle Schwarber now stepping in, takes that first pitch above the zone. It's 1-0. Schwarber, hot start for him here in the Classic. 4 for 8. Has a home run, an absolute bomb he hit off of Great Britain back on Saturday night. His second pitch of the at-bat from Beretta outside. There's another changeup. He's thrown a handful of those already. 2-0 now for Schwarber. Maybe pitching around Schwarber a little bit is Beretta, but you got to be worried about putting him in control of this at-bat. Another pitch from Beretta, and again, misses. Slider down a little bit inside as well. And now 3-0 on Schwarber. Either Schwarber isn't biting on these borderline pitches from Beretta, or Beretta's trying to work around him, not throw him anything in the heart of the plate. Another pitch here, and yep, definitely was working around him. Slider, high and outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Kyle Schwarber, and I don't blame Team Mexico right there because they're showing the highlight right now of Schwarber. They said it was 417 feet, that home run from Schwarber 2 nights ago. Are we sure that that wasn't in miles instead of feet? Because he clobbered that ball. And now here's Alex Bregman. In the 5-hole tonight, was 1 for 4 against Brazil. Back on Friday, did not play against Great Britain on Saturday. Gunnar Henderson got the start at third base in that one. And Bregman takes this first pitch for 1-0 outside. Now Bregman steps out here. I think we have a mound visit here for Beretta. Alejandro Kirk coming out for a quick chat. Now he'll resume his position behind home plate. The U.S. will be back in action tomorrow against Italy. Italy has themselves a decent squad. They, just like the U.S. and Mexico, 2-0 in pool play here to begin WBC action, led by Francisco Cervelli. Here's the 1-0 from Beretta now as we resume. This pitch here, again, sweeping slider. Broke too far outside. Now it is 2-0 here, working on ball 6 right now. Already up to 15 pitches is Beretta. Here comes number 16. Pitch, swinging and missing. Bregman taking a cut at that pitch at the bottom of the zone. That right there. Nice. Maybe change up or slider there from Beretta. Here comes the 2-1. Just beats the pitch clock. And this pitch again outside. The slider right now not catching the edge of the strike zone like Beretta wants. And now 3-1. He's at risk of loading the bases here with 2 outs. Pitch number 18 of the inning for Beretta. And this one, low. Tried to sneak the fastball in there at the bottom of the zone. And now the United States, ladies and gentlemen, some 2-out magic brewing here. Bases are loaded. And now in will step maybe the greatest home run hitting catcher of all time, Cal Raleigh. 0 for 3 against Brazil on Friday. Will Smith, catcher for the Dodgers, played Saturday, so Raleigh rested here. First pitch to him, Raleigh swings and will foul that one off back into the netting behind home plate. 60 home run season last year for Raleigh, most ever by a catcher, pinch hitter, and Seattle Mariner. Good in all situations, Raleigh. The 0-1 from Beretta. Raleigh, a big cut. Only had one idea with that swing, but went over top of it, and now 0-2. Beretta trying to work his way out of this bases-loaded jam. Tons of Mexico fans in Houston look on. Beretta, his pitch, and Raleigh check swing on a pitch that was well inside. And Raleigh couldn't hold up. Called a swing by the home plate umpire, and we now head to the second inning. It remains 1-1. Or it remains 0-0, I should say, after 1. Team USA against Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. Going to take the first brief commercial break of the evening. Be back here in 1 moment. Stay put. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Inning number 2, top of the second here between Mexico and the United States. Pool B play here in the World Baseball Classic about to commence. They're showing Paul Skeens right now. He is the reason we are live here on the channel for this WBC game here tonight, representing good old number 30 Skeens right there, showing his journey here to the World Baseball Classic. Showing pictures of him in 2021 as a member of the Air Force and the Air Force baseball team. His first pitch here of the second inning is going to be a 96-mile-an-hour sinker in there for strike 1, facing off against Alejandro Kirk, powerful catcher for the World Series runner-up Toronto Blue Jays. Batting cleanup here tonight. That 97-mile-an-hour fastball cannot catch the upper outside corner. It's going to be ball 1. Again, they show what appears to be current members of the Air Force baseball team. Looks like they are in the crowd down the right field line, supporting their alumni pitcher here. Look at Skeens' stats right there. Threw that last pitch in for a strike against Kirk. Here's the 1-2 to Kirk. Skeens lines and delivers, and had Kirk thinking on that one. It was a sweeping slider, started on the outside half of the plate and broke out like crazy. Kirk held his swing. Cal Raleigh was getting ready to throw it around. Here's the 2-2 from Skeens, and Kirk fouls this one back behind home plate. They'll do 2-2 again. Skeens, they just showed a moment ago, a 1.69 ERA in 55 career MLB starts. Truly insane stuff from the 1-1 overall pick. And there's a half-hearted swing. Jeez Louise. Wow, second strikeout of the night for Paul Skeens. He just threw gas that was above the head of Alejandro Kirk, and Kirk, not sure what he was thinking, tried to hold back his swing. It did not work one single bit. He's going to be upset with himself at that one. And now, maybe a guy who's just as tall as Paul Skeens, in steps former Pittsburgh Pirate, Rowdy Tellez. Of course, a mixed bag for him, his 1 year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Took the first pitch 0-1, now takes that pitch outside. Will make it, or no, did that get called? That was called a strike. So now it's 1-1 here. Back to Tellez. His 1 year in Pittsburgh 2 years ago. Started off the year super, super cold. Fans were pretty much begging for him to get DFA'd. Turned it around in the later half of the season, and then the Pirates finally DFA'd him when he was like 4 at-bats away from hitting a $250K incentive. Swung at the third pitch of the AB, a gas ball right down the middle, and that one right there, top of the zone, slightly outside of the strike zone at the top, but Tellez swinging through it, and Paul Skeens, his second strikeout of the inning, his third of the game, and he is looking, in regular season form, he is looking like he's ready for opening day in New York here in a few weeks. That pitch, first one of the at-bat for Nacho Alvarez Jr. I think he's still with the Atlanta Braves. Not quite sure. Skeens getting it in there on the outside for strike one. Here's the 0-1. And Alvarez hammers this one out to center, but it's going to hang up there for Byron Buxton, and that is going to be a catch for the final out of the inning. Paul Skeens, maybe took him an inning there to adjust the location of some of his pitches, breezing through the Mexico 4, 5, 6 hitters right there. It remains 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. To the comment section here. First comment of the night right here. Freight Train, who was just here a few hours ago for our regular Monday live stream of the Steel City Sports Report. Just got here. Appreciate you, Freight Train, stopping by as always. Don't mind you, doing your thing, catching up to the news when you can. Appreciate you all the same. You too could be just like Freight Train. Make sure as you join the live stream here tonight that you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Leave a like as well. Got distracted there by a commercial for the new Mandalorian movie coming out. Appreciate you, Freight Train. Late to the party, still welcomed in. Still welcomed in there, Freight Train. Not sure how many of these we are going to do here in terms of Team USA World Baseball Classic games. Also, had a moment to change my shirt, put on the red, white, and blue 4th of July Pittsburgh Pirate shirt that I have going on here. But I believe the last time, Freight Train, correct me if I am wrong, I believe the last time we were live for instant reaction and analysis to a sporting event was Team USA Hockey taking down Canada in overtime for the gold medal of the Olympics. So hoping that more of that good luck charm watching Team USA in the Olympics. Hopefully that good mojo passes over here to Team USA in baseball. The United States men's hockey team and the women's United States hockey team for the Olympics both went undefeated on their journeys to the gold medal. And the Team USA baseball team, they came out and said it plainly that they were already, motivated for this WBC with the roster that they have filled out. But they also said that seeing and watching the men's and women's Olympic ice hockey teams go over to Italy and bring home gold for the country, that has inspired them to come out here and win the World Baseball Classic. Hopefully it works for them. Here's Roman Anthony. I believe he is still, he's 20 years old, 21 years old. Top prospect in Major League Baseball a year ago. This pitch from Beretta in there, quickly 0-2 on Anthony. Signed a big deal with the Boston Red Sox shortly after his Major League debut. Here's fingers crossing for us Pittsburgh Pirates fans that the same thing will happen with one Connor Griffin, who's the current top prospect in all of baseball. 0-2 from Beretta, well inside. Nearly grazed the shins of Roman Anthony. Now heads to 1-2. Also, Freight Train still, if I lean back here a little bit, still rocking in here the Team USA jerseys here that we wore for the men's ice hockey run. Serving as just decorations here in a room filled with black and gold. Bringing a little bit of red, white, and blue here to the office. The 1-2 pitch from Beretta missed. Here comes the 2-2. And Anthony doesn't bite on that one either. Change up again below the zone. Misses. So now 3-2. Looks like Beretta here, pitcher for Mexico, as he delivers this 3-2. And it's a walk here for Anthony. And that was a slider that bounced a foot in front of the plate. Not even close. So Roman Anthony got some good speed. He's on first here to begin the second inning. Looks like Beretta here, his manager, not sure his manager is too pleased with him, trying to go after this Team USA lineup on sliders and changeups, mostly off-speed stuff. Let's see if he starts Byron Buxton off here with one. And this one here, four-seam fastball. Maybe that's why. That was a four-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour, up and in on Byron Buxton. So it doesn't have much velocity on the fastball, does Beretta. So he's going to rely on his off-speed stuff. But he might need to start firing in some fastballs here. There's a slider. 87, bottom of the zone for a strike. Might need to throw some four-seam fastballs a little more. If he loses control of his off-speed stuff, this Team USA baseball club, through the first two games, consistently patient and disciplined in the box. And here's Buxton driving this one out to center field, back, and a few steps shy of the warning track. Alec Thomas gets there in time to make the catch. That was loud and hard contact from Buxton. Solid contact there for the first out. Thomas shaded a little bit towards left field, makes that catch as he is coming to a stop on his sprint. So that makes it one out. Buxton, of course, going to, after this WBC, go back to the Minnesota Twins and play for old Pirates manager Derek Shelton. There's Bryce Terang, second baseman for rival of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Milwaukee Brewers, has really developed into a star for that team. Even Team USA head coach or manager Mark DeRosa said so. Terang fouling off the first pitch of the at-bat, watches that one miss outside, 1-1. DeRosa said Turang the most surprising player to him on this Team USA squad. He didn't know that he was this good of a ball player. Says a lot about how much of a secret weapon Turang could be for Team USA and for the Milwaukee Brewers. That pitch missing up high for Beretta. Now up to 33 pitches already in the ball game does Beretta. Here comes number 34. That has just one out here in the bottom of the second. He'll step off right there for a moment, watching the runner Anthony. Here comes the 2-1 for Beretta. That pitch just on the black inside against Turang, and it is now 2-2. Occasionally, if you see me, instead of looking that way, if I look this way a little bit, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the team we cover here on the channel for baseball, they right now, as there's a foul from Bryce Turang, the Pirates right now, when we were live streaming for the news here this evening, they were down 3-0. I take a short break before Team USA gets underway. The Pirates, they tied it up 3-3. Here's a 2-2 from Turang that misses down and inside. It was Endy Rodriguez for the Bucks having a solo home run against Max Fried, and then not too long after that, Connor Griffin, a 2 RBI double down the left field line, tied up the game, and now the Pirates ahead of the Yankees, as there's another foul away from Turang. He's battling here in this 3-2 count. Anthony took off for second as well with one out. The Bucks now 4-3 against the Yankees, with it being in the bottom. I think it's now heading to the top of the 8th inning, as a matter of fact. I'll have to check here in a little bit who for the Pirates put them out ahead. 3-2 again for Turang, and he lines this one, and it is foul. Hit it well down the right field line. Didn't quite have the distance for a home run, but it's a foul ball into the crowd. Move it a couple feet over to the left. He's got extra bases. That hits in foul territory. Nice catch on the fly there by one of the fans out there in right field. 3-2. Again here for Beretta. He's working hard. Here's the pitch. Turang foul, grounds this one. It's through past Aranda. Durant races over. They're going to wave around the runner, and the play at the plate. He is out. Oh, my goodness. Anthony cut down at the plate. Duran, speed incarnate there in right field. He somehow got over to cut that ball off before it hit the wall. Strong throw to the cutoff man. Don't know if that was the first baseman, Aranda, or if it was the second baseman, Gonzalez, Nicky G. Looks like that was Aranda that made the relay throw home. Anthony, too, he was moving on the pitch. Again, he took off for second. And as he was rounding third, the ball was coming in. Cut down at the plate. It was a 9-3-2 throw out at the plate of Roman Anthony. The score remains 0-0. Now Bobby Witt steps in for his second plate appearance of the game. Takes 2 balls up high for a 2-0 count. Turang did make it to second on that hit. Did not pick up the RBI, but a base hit here for Bobby Witt maybe gets you the first run of the game. This ball is going to be down and outside, but Witt took a check swing at it. It's called a swing. Now 2-1. The Mexico fans, they are rowdy and vibrant there at Daikin Park in Houston. Definitely not the majority of USA fans there. We're maybe looking at a 50-50 split. Good for this game. That last pitch there fouled away to the backstop by Witt. 2-2. Bobby Witt, most hits by an MLB player since 2024. Looking for one right here. The 2-2. Witt hits this one in the air. It's deep to left center field. Back at the wall and making the catch is Alek Thomas. Witt gave it a ride and just a step shy of the left center field wall. Thomas of the Arizona Diamondbacks makes the grab. Close twice, but no cigar for Team USA in the bottom of the second. And Mexico and Beretta, they avoid going down early on in this ball game. Still 0-0. 7-8-9 due up for Mexico against Paul Skeens, including, I believe it'll be the first batter of the inning, Paul Skeens against one of his current Pirate teammates, Nick Gonzalez. Excited to see that matchup. We're back here again in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third in Houston. Pool B play here in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Mexico, the United States, tied up at 0-0. The U.S. coming close, but not able to scratch across a run in the second. Back to work here is Paul Skeens, and Nick Gonzalez, his Pirates teammate's going to hit this one. It's tailing, and it is, just out of play. First pitch swinging, or excuse me, I was a second pitch swinging for Gonzalez. It's now 0-2. Skeens got a first pitch striking on him. And Nicky G, if anybody's going to know how to attack Paul Skeens in this Team Mexico lineup, it is him. Spending the season with him. And now the two Buccos battle again. 0-2 from Skeens against Gonzalez. Gonzalez, check, swing, did not go. Breaking ball there, down and inside. Gonzalez held off. Skeens now up to 33 pitches on his evening here. Again, questions as to how long he'll go. We'll see here. This pitch here, fouled off by Gonzalez, and that one hit off of his shin pad, and a good thing he had it there because that one looked like it could have stung more than it did. That ball fouled off so hard it actually sheared off one of the Velcro straps that Gonzalez has on his shin protector. Skeens about to throw his 35th pitch of the night. I wonder how deep he'll go. He is still, after all, ramping up here. Had just one spring training start. Or two, technically, if you count the game he pitched for USA against the San Francisco Giants last week. So still Skeens ramping up here. We'll see if he's going to have a full, workload, no sort of limit on his pinch count, or they're going to save him. There's another pitch there. Gonzalez fouled off the pitch a moment ago. This, a sweeper from Skeens, well outside, makes it 2-2. His current Pirate teammate giving him a nice battle here after that breezy second inning for the Cy Young Award winner. Here's Skeens. 2-2, delivers to Nick Gonzalez. And that pitch is going to miss as well, 3-2. Just going to do this real quick. Ignore me. Realized that my microphone was not in the place that I usually have it now for game day live streams. That way you guys can hear me a little bit better. 3-2 from Paul. And swing and a miss. Gonzalez put up a good battle, but Skeens, that looks like a 98-mile-an-hour sinker. That just did exactly what the pitches called it. Completely torpedoed out the bottom of the zone, and Gonzalez goes down on strike. Skeens 1-0 in the battle of the Bucco teammates here this inning, or here tonight. Now in Alec Thomas, left-handed outfielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Swing and missing at that first pitch right there. Remember Alec Thomas of the Diamondbacks? We were actually live last year for one of the best Pirate games of the 2025 season. I believe they beat the D-backs 10-2. Skeens had a hell of a game. Bucks were able to get after Zach Gallen. Hopefully more games ahead like that for the Pirates this season with their new and hopefully improved lineup. 1-1 here from Skeens after he missed with a ball. Thomas again swinging way out in front of that changeup. And now he's in a 1-2 hole. As I look here at the Pirate game, looks like we're going to have extra bases here for, I think, Aiden Ross, the catcher. And another one, swing and a miss. He's racking them up. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Paul Skeens. Mid-season form. God, is it great to see Paul Skeens pitching again. He is an absolute delight. And then I think about it, and he's still a Pittsburgh Pirate as well. Makes you smile. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the inning, just like he did in the second. In this one pitch to Joey Ortiz, and oh no! Oh no! It was a routine grounder back up the middle. And looks like that was Bryce Terang. I think, right? That was Terang. He cuts off Bobby Witt Jr., and as his momentum is carrying him towards third base, his throw is a little wide of Harper. Harper can't catch it. And it goes to foul territory. Ortiz made the turn towards second base. Cal Raleigh, thank God, was backing up the play so it didn't go into the dugout. And Ortiz able to scamper back to the bag. So should have been a one pitch, one final out of the inning there for Paul Skeens, but maybe some Brewer Pirate sabotage right there. And Now Ortiz, the first base runner of the night for Mexico. And in steps Jarren Duran again. E4 on the play. And Duran is going to line this one into right field. And Judge comes up firing to third base. He got him. Oh my God. What a throw from Aaron Judge. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What an arm from Aaron Judge. It was lined into right by Duran. I was just about to say, there you go. An error is going to open up the inning here for Mexico. But a one-hop strike at third base. The tag from Bregman got him twice on the head and shoulder before Ortiz reached the bag. Hell of a throw there by Captain America. And the score again remains zip all here in the third. Said it in the first inning. I'll say it again here. It's nice to have Aaron Judge on your team. We'll go back to rooting against him with the Yankees here when the MLB regular season starts. But wow, what a throw by the massive right fielder. Keeps Paul Skeens' workload at nearly a minimum right there. Skeens looks like he threw 2 extra pitches than what he needed to. And the U.S. back to work with the bats. Excellent job by Skeens. Pitch execution that inning, and Aaron Judge cleans up the mess. To the comment section we go. SESR Dad in here. What a throw by Aaron Judge to cut down Joey Ortiz at third base. And an excellent tag by Bregman as well. About 90% of that was Judge with the throw, but you got to execute the tag at the end. Good job by Bregman as well. Wow, I thought Judge was just a bat. No, he does have a cannon. Fielding, is questionable, but Judge, that power, it's not just, with the bat, it's with the arm as well out there. An excellent, accuracy as well on that throw. It was right on the money. Bregman didn't need to, shade his body one way or another to then, bring the tag back across his body. It was legit one hop right there. Glove is right where it needs to be to make the tag. Excellent throw by Judge. Also some other comments from Freight Train as well, going back to last inning. Indeed, it was the last time I was live for a sporting event was Team USA hockey. Looks like we got a change of pitcher here for Team Mexico. I will get that to you momentarily. Looks like it is going to be Jesus Cruz, another right-hander who's going to replace Manny Barreda. So all just 2 innings for Barreda. That's going to be it for him tonight. Bryce Harper, 2-3-4. Harper, Judge, Schwarber, 2 Phils and a Yankee due up this inning for Team USA. Harper fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. That pitch right there inside for ball 1, excuse me. Bit difference in velocity here. Manny Barreda, I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be up there because his fastball was like topping out at 91. Jesus Cruz here. That fastball already up at 94. His third pitch of the at-bat well above the zone for ball 2. Cruz a 6.23 ERA in whatever league he is pitching in. 2-1 here to Harper. Harper swings at that one top of the zone. Couldn't make contact. Now it's 2-2. Back here to the comments section again from Freight Train. How many innings the Skeens is he going to be projected to pitch? This one here. Oh, it hits Jesus Cruz, and it's going to be an infield single here for Bryce Harper. A line shot right back at Jesus Cruz. It looked like it got him somewhere in the leg, and he had no chance of getting out of the way of that ball. It was smoked. Tattooed. Sound hitting from Harper. They always say in baseball, hit it right back where it came from. And that one right off of the plant leg of Cruz, the right leg. It looks like it got him somewhere in the lower half of the leg here. And that was off the foot. It looks like it hit him off the foot. Doesn't look like it got ankle. If it got ankle, that would have been way worse damage. But it looks like here, and maybe that did get more ankle. It popped up in the air for a moment, and then landed over by the third baseman Ortiz. He didn't have, a play to make. Maybe Achilles area is where that hit him. He's gonna looks like throw a practice pitch here to make sure he's good to go, or maybe not. Players are resuming their position. No, umpires out there, so he is gonna throw a practice pitch. That was scary, but hey, much rather it hit him in the leg than hit him somewhere worse. Seen too many scary comebackers in baseball go off of pitchers' heads and stuff like that. So that was good that he is all right. We got another pitcher, and it's another righty up in the bullpen right now for Team Mexico. Trying to get his name here. I have I get a Team Mexico roster here at all. Let me just do this. Looks like Cruz is going to stay in the game here. Now Judge will step in once again. Up in the bullpen is Luis Gastillon, right-handed pitcher, Double-A prospect of the St. Louis Cardinals, warming up in the pen for Mexico. First pitch here to Judge. Slider outside, 1-0. Jesus Cruz here, the pitcher for Mexico. He is of Zarperos de Saltillo in the Mexico League. Aaron Judge takes a swing right there. It's now 1-1. Bregman and Schwarber awaiting their opportunities here this inning. Maybe we get to Bregman. Another slider for Cruz outside, 83 miles an hour, 2-1. Great patience. Again, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. Team USA throughout all of their games so far here in the WBC, they have been excellent in discipline and pitch selection. 2-1 here to Judge. Judge cracks this one right field. It's got a chance, and it is gone! It is Oppo Field for Aaron Judge. Team USA, 2-0 lead. Judge does it again. Aaron Judge, Captain America, coming up with another big swing, and the U.S. takes the lead 2-0. High fives all around the dugout for Judge. Not quite as far or to the right side of the field as Judge's first home run. Hit his first home run of the tournament to left field. This one taking the pitch, taking it to right field. Duran had a beat on it, and there's Kyle Schwarber's second pitch of his at-bat. Will ground that one into right center field. It's a base hit for Schwarber. In U.S., maybe the floodgates opening here in the third inning. Judge, a look here at the umpire view. Down the right field line. Not, pull Tucker there, but well struck to right field. Duran tried to get after it, but ran out of room. Couple rows back for Aaron Judge. 1-0 now is the count on Alex Bregman. Walked in his first plate appearance tonight. Let's see if the U.S. now, fourth batter of the inning, no outs here. If they can continue this onslaught here against Mexico. Schwarber leads off at first. Wouldn't put him in the steal threat category here. Bregman fouls that one off. It's going to be 1-2 now. Judge talking with teammates, maybe giving a scouting report in the dugout. The 1-2 to Bregman. And Bregman now, oh boy, got a good ride of that one, but it was well foul down the left field line. It'll be nice to see Bregman get a home run here. Not just, for the score, but also back in a familiar place of his. Spent many, many years beginning his career with the Houston Astros. Then ended up playing last year for Boston, and now he's in Chicago with the Cubbies. 1-2. Another slider for Cruz outside. It's going to be 2-2 now. Back to the Judge home run. Trying to get the details on that here in a moment. It's now going to be a full count on Bregman. Takes that ball. 3-2. 101.5 miles an hour off the bat for Judge. 364 feet. 3-2 now for Bregman. And Bregman swings and misses. That slider, Cruz was working on it that whole at bat and located it when he needed to. And now down on strikes goes Bregman, the first out of the inning here for the United States. Cal Raleigh coming back up here. Had a strikeout back in the first. And, he's going to get drilled here. And Raleigh, bit of a look back at the pitcher, Cruz. First pitch of the AB, Raleigh. Hopefully that got more hip than rib. I'm going to think that's the case. Yeah, right on the belt. Raleigh taking that pitch. Let me see what that pitch was here. Raleigh, a brief stare back at the pitcher. That was a 93 mile an hour four-seam fastball right on the belt of Raleigh, so he'll take his place. Wheels on base. Kyle Schwarber and Cal Raleigh. Speaking from experience here, us catchers, we are built for speed. So now Roman Anthony, if he hits a gap here, Roman Anthony, let's say he's inside the park home run territory here. Anthony, he might be up the backside of Cal Raleigh. He won't need to worry about it. It's a 3-run shot for Roman Anthony. Crushed to right center field. It's 5-0 USA. Oh my word, Roman Anthony, are you kidding me? 417-foot bomb. 105 off the barrel. Indeed, it is an opening of the floodgate inning for the United States. Paul Skeens has some run support. That's going to end Jose Cruz's night. 5-0 USA. Woo-hoo! Roman Anthony, the young slugger for the Red Sox, more than doubles the lead for the United States. It is 5-0. Wow, what a bomb! How about this? Team USA, ladies and gentlemen. The Bats, they got some runners on base in the first. They came close twice in the second inning to putting some runs on the board. And now here in the third time is a charm they wouldn't be denied, and it's 5-0, just like that against Mexico. 6 of you in here real quick. We got reactions in the comments section as they change pitchers. USA in the comments section from you guys. Loving it. From Freight Train. Dad, THP. What an inning here for the United States. Back here to the Aaron Judge home run. Molly-whopped, says THP. Not as pretty as that one from Anthony. Judge, his was more, line drive home run. That one was pimped out by Roman Anthony. What a home run. Couldn't almost have written that was about to happen after that throw, going back to Judge's throw in the top of the third. It's like it was made for TV. Judge, 2 home runs, homered opening night. First at bat. That's right, THP. And that's his second one there against Mexico. Team USA trying to break a 3-loss skid to Mexico in the WBC. Their last win against Mexico, 2006. Now, maybe 20 years later, able to beat Mexico again here. Indeed, it is Luis Gastiem, who was already warming up at the beginning of this inning for Mexico. Or at least he was warming up after Jesus Cruz took that comebacker from Bryce Harper. Now Gastiem is in the game. 0-1 on Byron Buxton. Now 0-2. Nasty slider right there. Gets Buxton to bite on it. So quickly 0-2 to the number 8 hitter in the USA's lineup. Yes, this 4-5-6 is tough on any pitcher. I like our 4-5-6 more than our 1-2-3, to be honest. No offense to Witt, Harper, and Judge, but when you got Schwarber, Bregman, and Raleigh up, you got a serious chance to do some damage. 1-2 here on Buxton after he took that last pitch for a ball. Pitch from Gastiem, and that one is low. Changeup didn't miss by much, so now it is 2-2. THP here, meh. Cal is okay. This was made. This is made for Judge, Schwartz, Briggs, all patient hitters, and we'll slam waiting. Yeah, indeed, didn't get the slam, but we got the 3-run homer there from Roman Anthony. I will catch up to your comments here in a moment. Now that the section is starting to pick up a little bit here. 3-2 on Byron Buxton, and he have no idea how he made contact on that ball. That pitch was a fastball, top of the zone, 93 miles an hour, and he got just a piece of it with the barrel of the bat. So the count remains 3-2. Gastiem again here. The pitch. Buxton fouls that one away. That was a slider. Actually started on the inside and ended up damn near middle of the zone, and Buxton fought it off. Gastiem a little bit lucky to be getting that ball back. Not too many players on this Team USA roster are just going to foul that one off. There's another pitch to Buxton, and that time the slider located by Gastiem beat him bad with that slider, and that is all she wrote for Buxton. 2 outs now in the inning. 5-zip United States here, and here comes the number 9 hitter, Bryce Durang. Hey, Durang, you want to make up for, making my pitcher throw 2 extra pitches there in the top of the third because of your error? Make up for it with a at least a extra base hit right here. Turang did exactly that back in the second inning, excuse me, a double that saw Roman Anthony get thrown out at home plate. This pitch up and in on Turang, 2-0 now. Waiting here for the next pitch. Castillo throws this one. Turang is going to hit this one to left field, back at the track, and Arozarena makes the grab. Gave that one a ride to the opposite field. Did Turang. Just ran out of steam again on the warning track. They show the highlights. Judge, Anthony, two unlikely partners here. One Red Sox, one Yankee, combining for 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in that inning. It is 5-0 USA as we now head to the top of the 4th. I will catch up with your comments here in a minute. In the meantime, going to take a quick break here. Get a drink of water. Going live earlier and going live now. Probably just gonna, at the end of every inning, take a bit of a break to, save the voice, get a drink, all that. Back here in a minute. Again, do not go anywhere. Let's try that again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th. Now coming up here, Mexico versus United States. Pool B of the World Baseball Classic. Here, let me update the score bug now. Paul Skeens back out for his 4th inning of work. This pitch up and in on Randy Arozarena for ball 1. 46th pitch of the ball game. That was for Paul Skeens. 5-0 USA. A big 3rd inning. Home runs from Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony. And Skeens that time had a breaking ball release point, not on point right there. Goes over the head of Randy Arozarena, who had to duck out of the way. 2-0 here from Skeens. This pitch again. Oh, wow. Just got the black at the top of the zone. That was a delayed strike call there for the home plate umpire, but it did just nick the top of the zone. 2-1 now for Skeens against Arozarena. And Randy this time fouls it back behind our home plate and out of play. 5-0 USA. Like I said, 2 home runs from Anthony and Judge. Anthony, a 3-run shot. Judge, a 2. 2-2 here for Skeens against Arozarena, and yanked that change up well outside in the dirt of the left-handed batter's box. So now count runs full on Skeens. 3-2. This will be pitch number 51 here for Paul Skeens. And this pitch, oh, wow! Woo! That is a Backwards K for Paul Skeens. He just got a call on the outside there. Had that sinker ball, or it might have been a two-seam fastball, was outside of the strike zone all the way to the end. It might have just grazed the strike zone on the outer half. I don't think it did. Skeens might have got a call there, but hey, that's the rewards you get of being great there. He gets a Rosarena looking, and now it's on to Aranda here with one out. And now we got some barking here between the home plate umpire and someone in the Mexico dugout. Looks like the manager here for Mexico, he might get tossed. It was a ball he's yelling out. I think after this pitch, someone's going to get tossed here. I believe that is the Mexico manager, Heel. This pitch from Skeens, curveball, top of the zone, misses 2-0. And the Mexico manager still going at it, but the home plate umpire, he either doesn't hear it or is ignoring it right now. I doubt he's ignoring it. He probably just doesn't hear it. Fastball above the zone for Skeens here. Maybe some control issues to start this inning. 3-0. And in between yelling at the home plate umpire, looks like we got the Mexico manager giving himself some maybe allergy eye drops. Paul Skeens misses again there. That's a 4-pitch walk to Jonathan Aranda. And I think, who was it? THP earlier, or Freight Train, one of you two, you asked a comment how long Skeens is going to go here tonight. Looks like not much further. Skeens has walked a guy in Garrett Clevenger, relief pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. He is up and warming in the bullpen. That is just the second walk of the World Baseball Classic here for Team USA. And oh my goodness, what a play! Bobby Witt Jr., my hat's off to you, sir! Holy hell, what a play! First pitch to Alejandro Kirk. It is ripped between the third baseman, Bregman, and the shortstop, Witt. Witt, deep in the hole on the outfield grass. One of the better diving stops you will see in your life. And then from his knees, a one-hop strike to Bryce Harper at first base. Unbelievable play from Bobby Witt Jr. That was insane. And gives a second out of the inning for Paul Skeens. And in steps Tellez. First pitch fouled off at the knees. Kirk. Don't mean to just, wow. Kirk was running as fast as he possibly could. But, I mean, even if you have an average MLB runner, Witt might still get him. Hell of a play. Mesmerizing Bobby Witt. Now it's 0-2 on Tellez. Skeens getting the strike call at the bottom of the zone. The runner Aranda at second. 0-2, Skeens. Tellez fouling it off. Change up. Started to break away a little bit as well. Tellez fought it off. 0-2 again. If Skeens, if this is his night right here, that was a big one to Bobby Witt for that stop. Skeens, fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ex-Bucko Rowdy Tellez. Not even a chance or a prayer Tellez had at making contact at that one. That pitch, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, top of the zone, inside on the hands. Tellez swinging through it. No shot. Skeens, another outstanding inning, 2 strikeouts, 7 of the ball game for Skeens. And on top of it, a hats off, one of the best defensive plays I have ever seen in baseball, Bobby Witt Jr. making a hell of a stop and throw from his knees on the lip of left field. Wow. That's it for Skeens here tonight. They were warming up Clevenger in the bullpen. I assume that does mean he had maybe around a 60 pitch limit on him tonight. If that is the evening for Paul Skeens, he will exit 4 full innings, just 1 hit, 1 walk, which was that 4-pitch walk to Aranda before the Witt play. 7 strikeouts for Paul Skeens. Looks like he's in his mid-season form already, ready for opening day against the New York Mets. Hell of a night for Skeens if that's it. Maybe they send him out for one more batter, but we'll see. We'll see here. We'll wait and see what manager Mark DeRosa says. Looking here, back to the comment section. You guys leaving your comments here. 10 of you in here right now on this Monday night watching Paul Skeens and Team USA take on Pirates second baseman, maybe even an opening day shortstop, actually, Nick Gonzalez and Team Mexico. 5-0 USA if you're just joining us. Skeens against Team Mexico. 4 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. He's getting high fives in the dugouts, so that does look like it's going to be it for Paul Skeens. Hats off to him. Looking every bit like the reigning Cy Young Award winner, and before that, National League Rookie of the Year. Fun watching Paul Skeens play baseball, gotta tell you. And the man who did Paul Skeens a big favor with that stop, Bobby Witt Jr., he is going to lead off the inning here. Back to what I was saying, if you're just joining us, 5-0 USA. All of their runs coming last inning. They, I think, no, almost, but not quite, batted around the order. Bobby Witt is going to lead off here. Harper led off the 3rd inning, in which Aaron Judge had a 2-run home run, followed by a Roman Anthony 3-run home run. And Bobby Witt Jr. is going to hit this one, and he's going to find a gap in left center field, and that is going to be down for extra bases, and Witt flying. He has got incredible speed. He's going to put on the brakes there at second base. Leadoff double for Bobby Witt Jr. Would you expect anything else after the play he just made in the top of the 4th? Which, speaking of, I got to change my banner right here. Leadoff for Witt. And the U.S. back in business here with the bats an inning later. Harper now steps in, had that single off the foot of Jose Cruz last inning. That's what started it. By the way, they did change pitchers again. Team Mexico, looks like it is Alex Carrillo, who is now in to pitch for Mexico. In this pitch, 99-mile-an-hour fastball just outside. Makes it 1-0. Carrillo, he is a member of the New York Mets in their bullpen. This pitch here, just straight gas. That was another heater of a fastball. Middle of the bottom of the zone to Harper. Swung through it. 1-1 now. Judge waits on deck. Here's the pitch. And that one, that was a splitter, but it had some backdoor action on it. Harper had to buckle his knee a little bit to maybe avoid that hitting him. 2-1 now. Carrillo stares at the runner. Witt at second. Harper hits this one foul out of play to the left side. 99 again from Carrillo. Back to Paul Skeens and Team USA pitching, by the way. That 4-pitch walk from Paul Skeens, an anomaly, not just for Skeens, but for the entire Team USA pitching staff. I think if you add on the strikeout of Tellez at the end of the inning, as there's another ball inside by Carrillo. Team USA pitching so far through 2.5 games of the WBC. 30 strikeouts, just 2 walks. Impressive stuff. And that's across the whole pitching staff, bullpen and starters. 3-2 to Harper, and he is going to swing over top of that splitter inside. So Carrillo gets Harper swinging. And now in steps Captain America, Aaron Judge. He, just like Bobby Witt, doing it on the field and with the bat here this evening. Judge in the second inning, I believe. Or no, it might have been top of the third. Throwing out Joey Ortiz, trying to leg out a scamper from first to third. It was a one-hop strike by Judge to Alex Bregman, and then followed that up in the bottom half of the inning with that 2-run homer to right field. 2 for 2 here tonight. Takes that pitch. 1-0. Let's see what Captain America has in store. Pitch from Carrillo. Down and outside. Couple inches below the zone. 2-0 now. Maybe pitching around Aaron Judge here. Here's the pitch. Carrillo. Swing and a miss from Judge. 89-mile-an-hour slider. Started in the middle. Broke off to the border of the zone. Judge, the 4th Yankee all-time to win 3 MVPs. In great company with some of the Yankees legends. DiMaggio, Yogi Berra. 3-1 here for Judge. Takes that last pitch for a ball. Pitch here. Judge swings and foul. Hit that one down the left side. Hit off that protective netting there where the seats kick out towards the outfield a little. Right in that corner. 3-2 now for Judge. With 1 out. Runner Witt on second. Anything to the outfield that gets down. It's going to score Witt. That 3-2 fouled off by Judge. Went off of the home plate umpire. He nods his head that he is okay. Looking here at the ump cam that actually hit the camera on top of the umpire. So all good for him. We resume here 3-2. I think Judge just took his timeout. 3-2 to Captain America from Carrillo. And check swing, and Judge laid off. They appealed to the first base umpire. He said no, so they treat Judge a little bit more carefully than they did the first 2 at-bats here tonight. And Judge, it's a 1-out walk. Runners at first and second for the cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarbaum. Does he have a Schwarbaum in him? Hit that one Saturday night to the moon against Great Britain. What has he got here? Schwarber, first pitch swinging here. 99, nearly middle. It's fouled back into the netting behind home plate. 1-0, or a 1-1. 1 for 1 on the night. Schwarber, single and a walk. That single came last inning, following up the Judge home run. Looks like we got some celebrities in the house. No surprise. After the success of the Olympics, I'm sure the WBC getting tons of fanfare. Everybody loves best on best world class talent. Another foul ball there for Schwarber. It's 0-2 with 1 out. What kind of 2 strike adjustments the Schwarber have going here? The 0-2. And thought about it, held off. Breaking ball in the dirt there from Carrillo. He gives himself a head nod like, okay, I like what I threw there, or okay, I got you thinking about it. Maybe something like that. 5-0 still, but a chance to extend that lead here for the U.S. Schwarber, that time did not check up his swing. Tried to hold it back, couldn't do it, and it's back to, or not back to back, but 2 strikeouts in the inning here for Carrillo, getting Harper and Schwarber, both Phillies, down on strikes to the New York Met pitcher. Not sure how that's going to play in the regular season. Now here's Alex Bregman. Again, like Bregman the dude. Do not like that he is in the National League Central against my Pittsburgh Pirates. However, swings at that first pitch. It's 0-1. Maybe put Witt in motion here a little bit, get the pitcher thinking. He's got the speed to do it. That pitch off speed yanked well outside the zone for Bregman. It's now 1-1. Alex Carrillo comes set again. Looks at Witt. Now delivers. Bregman hits this one. It's a pop-up, but it is going to go out of play. Back over behind the Mexico team dugout. Again, Garrett Cleavinger, seeing him in the outfield there. Bullpen, as they showed Bobby Witt for a second. He'll come in for Paul Skeens in the top of the 5th. Bregman here. Another pop-up. This one's going to stay in place. It's going to stay in play. Middle of the infield, and it is Ortiz who will make the catch. Ian Gonzalez wondering who is going to get it. Ortiz takes initiative, and that's going to do it for the 4th inning. So top of the 5th, right around the corner. 7 of you in here right now. It's been bouncing up between 7 and 10. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing. Like, share, leave a comment in the comment section. Your thoughts on this game. I'll catch up to this comments a little bit after this break here. It's 5-0 USA heading into the 5th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back here for the top of the 5th inning here. Team USA still out in front of Mexico. 5-0 at Daikin Park in Houston. Or Daikin. Not sure how you would pronounce the company. Wish I could still call it Minute Maid Field, but not the case anymore. Indeed, we do have that pitching change for Team USA. Paul Skeens' night done after 4 innings and I want to say just shy of 60 pitches. In comes left-hander Garrett Cleavinger, and his first pitch of the night is a slider in there for strike one. Cleavinger, I believe, still think he's a member of the Tampa Bay Rays. If not, I can't remember who he might have changed teams to in free agency. He'll face Nacho Alvarez Jr. for Mexico, 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Team Mexico. If you're any, like a teenager out there or anything, don't do the thing because I said 6, 7, 8. 0-2 on Alvarez. Took the first pitch for a strike, fouled off the next. Here's Cleavinger looking to start off his night on a good start. Alvarez flares this one and going up and getting it. Bryce Terang. That ball, some serious backspin. It was a little flare towards Bryce Terang. And Terang jumping up and making the catch for out number 1. Not as impressive as Bobby Witt's defensive play from an inning ago, but still some impressive work there for Terang. And now the 7-hitter, Nick Gonzalez, Pittsburgh Pirate. I'm rooting for Team USA, but I'm also hoping that Nick Gonzalez gets off to a good start here in the World Baseball Classic, assuming that the Pittsburgh Pirates do not take Connor Griffin north with them out of spring training. Gonzalez, you're looking at him as the Pirates opening day shortstop, and did he do it again? Oh my God! Bobby Witt just did it again! He just robbed Nick Gonzalez with a diving stop in left field, and he threw him out. At least stood up this time, but he threw him out with a strong throw to Harper at first. So what's the going price on trading for Bobby Witt now these days? Because, oh my goodness, damn near a carbon copy all-star defensive play of what he just made in inning ago. Diving stop on the outfield grass. This time wasn't from his knees, but he gets up to his feet, makes a hell of a throw across the diamond to Bryce Harper for the second out of the inning. Unbelievable from Bobby Witt. It's now 2 outs. And Cleavinger already up 0-1 on Alec Thomas. And Thomas here, he's going to lace this one, and it is foul down the right field line. Got good wood on it, but it was foul. 0-2 now. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Thomas 0 for 1 in the ball game. Think he was a strikeout victim to Paul Skeens. Wasn't the first, won't be the last. And he's a strikeout victim again here. Nasty 79 mile-an-hour sweeper from Cleavinger. And that is a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Team USA. Line them up, mow them down. And back to work with the bats they go. Back here to the comments section. You guys getting your comments in. I'm scrolling Twitter on my phone here as well. Trying to see what all's going on. By the way, Dad saw your comment. Pirates did win 5-3 comeback win against the New York Yankees. Guess it's in the Pittsburgh team's DNA over the last 24 hours to have some comeback wins from 3-0 deficits. Seeing tons of reaction here on Twitter to Bobby Witt's play, Paul Skeens. Also saw a tiny bit of Pittsburgh Steelers news here on the free agency front. I think THP Flacco. What's up, Flacco? Freight train, you guys interested? It looks like I think it's a ZZ Otomemwo. If I still have it here. Did I save that? Yeah, it is Azizi Otamemwo. He is re-signing a 1-year deal with the Steelers. I'm okay with it. Pretty much all of our D tackles, when they were called upon, did a serviceable job, including him. So, Otamemwo, welcome back to the black and gold. Mark Kaboli here looks like he finally has the draft pick details on the Michael Pittman trade earlier as well for the Steelers. He looks like, according to his report, it will be a 6th round pick going to the Colts for Michael Pittman, and the Steelers are going to get a 7th back as well. So some savvy working of the trade market there by one Omar Khan. Gonna pause my talking here for a second. The man of the hour, Paul Skeens, is talking. You can also, while I'm listening to him, just gonna do this. Skeens is still talking here. Just listening into him. Don't go anywhere. Okay, that was Paul Skeens there talking now that his night is over to Ken Rosenthal. Skeens just saying, great to get back out there in a major league stadium, get some rhythm. Gave a shout out to Bobby Witt and the Air Force baseball team that is in the crowd with him. So cool stuff from Skeens, shouting out one of his alma maters here. Back to play now. We are officially past the halfway point here in this ball game here tonight. 5-0, bottom 5 for Team USA. Cal Raleigh, big dumper, is in a 1-2 hole right now, and we've had our fifth pitcher of the night now for Team Mexico, and strike out. Raleigh caught looking. Ball was just below the zone, but the new pitcher, I believe that is Sammy Natera of the LA Angels in their AAA team. Sammy Natera Jr., he gets the strikeout of Cal Raleigh, who batted from the right side of the plate that time. So 1 out here for the United States. Roman Anthony, who hit the home run in that big 3rd inning for the United States, he'll step in. Natera, AAA with the LA Angels, 4-1 record, 2.84 ERA, and 57 innings pitched. So some good stuff there. Swing and a miss, top of the zone here for Roman Anthony, and maybe a screw it, let's just go right at these guys approach here from Natera. He gets Cal Raleigh in a favorable count, strikes him out. Now he's again in a favorable count here, 0-2 with Roman Anthony. 8th pitch of the inning for Natera. Here's the pitch, and Anthony just fighting that one off. A check swing, made contact for a foul. Looking back now at Anthony's 3-run home run, and it was a no doubter to left or to right center field off of the LED board, kind of like the one that I got back here of the second deck. And now Anthony is going to sky this one on the 0-2 pitch out to Randy Arozarena. He's been kind of busy tonight. 2 outs now. I think we got the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Mexico coming up in the top of the 6th. Looks like we're also going to have another new pitcher for Team USA. Looks like it is Boyd up in the bullpen for the United States. Byron Buxton 0 for 2 tonight. Steps in, fly out, strikeout, and an 0-1 count now. Buxton. Natera comes set and the pitch. That fastball 95, well out and out of the zone. Maybe a 1-2-3 inning here for Mexico, which I would believe will be their first of the night. Buxton, the only man standing between that happening and at bat for Bryce Terang. Ball was low, 1-1, or excuse me, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 again, and again, missing down low. The 3-1 now. And Buxton draw a walk there. Another look at the Team Mexico manager right there, who seems to be cooled down a little bit after Randy Arozarena got called out on a pretty iffy strike call. Swing and a miss there on the 3-1 from Buxton, and now 3-2. He'll take his time out here and adjust his batting gloves. Three and two. Buxton takes the walk. Ball 4. Ball in on the feet. And the U.S. still not going down 1-2-3. Back here to your comments again. My apologies. THP here. That authentic? Indeed it is, THP. I know you commented that like a while ago. But no, it did not pay $400. It was cheaper than that. Still, though, authentic. Got the U.S. patch here. Everything's all stitched on right here. Loving it. Gotta rock. Paul Skeens here. If there was, a Penguin player playing on Team USA for the Olympics, would have gotten his jersey. I was hoping it would have been Brian Rust, but he didn't make it. As soon as Skeens was announced for the WBC, this was a long time in the making. Here's Bryce Terang. 0-1. Takes that first pitch from Natera. Kevin Durant, I'm seeing here on Twitter, Paul Skeens is a dog. This guy knows ball. The Pittsburgh Pirates retweeted. That's hilarious. Swing there from Terang. It's now 0-2. Most players for Team USA. Top banister. Top railing of the dugout right here. Crowd is loud again. Terang takes the ball high. It's now 1-2. More reactions here to Bobby Witt Jr. play. Roman Anthony home run. Here's the pitch from Natera, and Terang grounder, but over there to make the play is Nick Gonzalez. So we now head to the 6th inning, and still 5-0 USA. Going to take another break here. We'll continue catching up with your comments after it. I know I keep saying it. I promise I am going to do it. Back here again, going to get a drink. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Boyd now on to pitch for Team USA as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Team USA 5-0 lead, still protecting it. 9-1-2 in the batting order for Team Mexico. Due up this inning, you got Joey Ortiz. He'll be followed by Jarren Duran and Randy Arozarena. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. Half-hearted swing attempt right there. Falls behind 0-2 to the new lefty Boyd. Boyd's going to face two righties and a lefty. Ortiz and Arozarena, the righties. The lefty will be the leadoff man, Jarren Duran, coming up here after this AB. That ball well outside to Ortiz. Catching up on your comments here as we still roll along here tonight. Strikeout there for Boyd. This Team USA pitching staff, man, they are unreal right now. That pitch there from Boyd, that was swing and strike changeup on the outside. Ortiz couldn't get a piece of it. Excellent stuff right there. Back to your comments here. These from a few innings ago. Of course, THP just said Cal was meh. Boom, LMAO. But the was that the strikeout he had? Multiple reactions here to the home run from the Roman Anthony about third of the game ago. I take the it's over back. It's Mexico. They're tough. Yeah, they are tough. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up scratching across a run or two here. Their bullpens kept things closer than, it really could be. The U.S. has had more opportunities to score runs than what the scoreboard shows. 5-0 here. It's 1-2 on Jarren Duran. Lefty on left, and that fastball from Boyd high. Duran lays off. 2-2 now. THP here, side note, thanks for doing this. I was trying to find a live stream for days. That didn't suck. Sorry about that, THP. I was live tonight for Skeens. We'll see what other things I go live for, and doesn't matter if it's lefty on lefty. Jarren Duran, the icebreaker for Team Mexico. He goes the opposite way. Just gets over the wall, and it's 1-0. Team Mexico. 364 feet, 105 off the bat for Duran. And Mexico got to start somewhere. It's 5-1 now. And in steps Randy Arozarena with the heart of the Mexico order coming up. Now, I know I made the joke earlier tonight. Look at Paul Skeens finally giving run support. That doesn't mean the Team USA all of a sudden can, do a Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen impression and blow a lead for him. So there's a Boston Red Sox fan right there. Bet you he's really happy tonight. Got the Red Sox jersey on. Two of his players on his team hit home runs tonight, Anthony and Duran. I guess that means, Judge has to like hit another home run or something, right? Or maybe Paul Goldschmidt pinch hits. He's back with the Yankees, right? Got to tie up the scoreboard here on home runs between Red Sox and Yankees players. Count remains here at 1-2 on Arozarena. Just fouled off that pitch back to the screen. More comments here. Again, apologize that, you didn't apologize that what was I going to say here? Wasn't live for the first two USA games. I wanted to go live here tonight for Paul Skeens. I will say won't be live tomorrow night for USA versus Italy, but we might go live when we reach, the playoff stages here for Team USA. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it here. Arozarena check swing, and he held off there on the 1-2. Count now goes even at 2-2 here. Comment right here from THP. Still ever go hit catcher. Just got back into baseball and got one of those Combat A1 spec bats. So hard to get. All the college guys use them. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Not gonna lie there, THP. It's been a while since I've been to a batting cage. Was catcher pretty much all my life. Just like a SESR dad, you can ask him about his catching experiences sometime. But yeah, definitely was a catcher. Felt like you were involved in the play constantly. You weren't, like an outfielder getting bored every single pitch. So that was nice. 2-2 to Arozarena, and he'll foul it off again. A real battle here between Boyd and Arozarena. But yeah, still haven't, gone to hit in a while. Look here. Back to the argument between the home plate umpire and the Mexico manager. Said a bad word. Sure, I'll hear about that later. Unreal here, reacting to the Bobby Witt. Had a new rep jersey. Yeah, is, as authentic as it can be. I think THP, you might want to check, check the minor league baseball website. Don't go to the MLB website. Go to MILB.com. I think they might have some there you can check. Hell yeah, whole country rallying around our team. Skeen's got that right. Definitely, he's probably the most, going to Air Force, going, into wanting to go into military service if baseball didn't work out. Skeens is probably the most patriotic guy out of the team here, and it's probably, there's probably no close second. I'm sure everyone, bleed in red, white, and blue, but Skeens, he's on a different level with it. I think Arozarena struck out. Now it's Jonathan Aranda, 1-1, and that looping curveball almost went in there and got him. So now it's 2-1 here. Arozarena actually grounded out. My bad. I lied. Second, grounded out to Terang at second. Harper making the out at first. It's now 3-1 here. Boyd, in this one inning of work, this will be his 22nd pitch coming up here, trying to fight back maybe some issues with these batters. And Aranda's going to rope this one into right field for a base hit. So Mexico not done yet here. Trying for a little bit of 2-out magic. 5-1 still, but a chance to maybe cut the deficit in half. Hang on here. Looks like we might have a pitching change here. I think DeRosa's heading to the mound, and yep, he is. So Matthew Boyd, he faces it's the pitching coach, Petit. My bad. Boyd here, trying to wrap up this half inning, but It's not working for him right now. He's got a tough out here in Alejandro Kirk to get. Lefty on right matchup, and Kirk with one swing, he could make this a 5-3 game all of a sudden. Seeing all the pirate posts for Paul Skeens. It's awesome here. Kirk steps in again, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out here tonight. First pitch, up high, misses, ball 1. Looks like we got another NFL signing here. Devin Lloyd, linebacker for the Jags, is on the move, going to the Panthers. 1-0 from Matt Boyd. This one, change up, 79 miles an hour, drops in middle, but Kirk only got the tip of the bat on it. Looking here on Twitter. Love how I follow so many insiders and they all post at the exact same time. So my Twitter feed is that now. 1-1 here from Boyd, and this is a grounder through the right side, base hit. And might be time to go yank Boyd there, DeRosa. That is the third hit of the inning against Matt Boyd. DeRosa was leaning there a minute, but doesn't seem like he's getting up yet. I think we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Team Mexico, and it looks like it's going to be in replacement of Rowdy Tellez. It's Joey Meneses who's going to pinch hit here as a right-hander. And Boyd, is he going to stay in there? He will. So Joey Meneses, former Washington National, is going to face off against Boyd here with 2 on and 2 out in the 6th. Meneses, swing and a miss at that first pitch. There's a ugly check swing to boot. 2020 through his career with the Nationals from 2024 or 2022 to 2024. Had some nice success there. Don't think he's in the MLB anymore. Pitch here again from Boyd. Change up. Outside. Ball 1. The Mexico fans all of a sudden, after maybe sitting on their hands a little while ago, they have now gotten re-energized again. The pitch from Boyd, chopper up the middle, and oh my goodness, it's off the glove of Terang and into center. Maybe some confusion or miscommunication between Bobby Witt and Bryce Terang. I think each one was expecting the other to cut that ball off. And Meneses, I don't know if they're going to count it as an error. It'll probably go as a hit. Yeah, I mean, both men deep at their positions, they do count it as a hit. Both Terang and Witt were playing deep on the edge of the outfield grass, and both took weird angles to where they were heading for second base each, and Terang, realizing too late that Witt wasn't going for the ball, it goes off of his glove. A run scores. It's 5-2 U.S., but Mexico, the tying run is at the plate in the form of Nacho Alvarez. It's now 1-1 after that pitch from Boyd misses. The home run for Duran. The RBI pinch hit single for Meneses. And now Boyd's going to step off here. Kirk, the catcher, at first, or at second. Meneses, the pinch hitter, who's now going to fill in as a DH for Rowdy Tellez at first. And now here we have an issue here where Nacho Alvarez was face-to-face with the umpire. The manager is out here. Maybe they were talking about something with the pitch clock. I'm not quite sure there. It's 1-1. Pitch. Strike at the top of the zone, and Alvarez didn't like it, and for good reason. The manager, again, for Mexico, barking out at the home plate umpire, saying it was up. Boyd might have gotten the call. Here's the pitch from Boyd. In this one, it's going to be caught on the fly by Bryce Terang. That ball had some serious backspin to where it could have, hit the dirt, changed directions, could have short hopped Terang. It would have been a tough play, but he catches it on the fly, and that's the inning. Oh, boy. Little bit of a rocky time there for Matt Boyd. But the U.S. able to escape and still have a 3-run lead, 5-2. Tying run made an appearance at the plate, but Boyd executed there at the end. Now head to the bottom of the 6th. 8 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the channel again. Like, share, leave a comment in the comment section. Aside from baseball here, THP, Flacco, Freight Train, you guys in here, we now do know the compensation, the money going to running back Rico Dowdle, who's joining the Steelers. It's the 2-year, $12.25 million deal. So that'll shake out to just underneath what Kenneth Gainwell got in Tampa Bay. I'm assuming, seeing how the Steelers really wanted to keep Gainwell, that they were really, firm in what they were offering to Gainwell, and now Dowdle's going to take a 2-year deal with the Steelers. I like the deal. I'll be okay with it. Guys, let me know in the comment section how you think the deal fared out. Seeing if there's anything else interesting going on Twitter right now as we await the bottom of the 6th here for the U.S. This game already 2 hours into it. Pitch clock don't feel like it's speeding up anything here. Seeing tons of Paul Skeens posts and pictures. One of them is going to be the thumbnail for tomorrow, I bet. Okay. Seeing something there that's kind of awkward, but gonna roll past that. Someone, after Kevin Durant said Paul Skeens is a dog, edited Durant into a Pittsburgh Pirate cutoff shirt. That's hilarious. Got a new pitcher on now for Team Mexico as the bottom of the 6th has arrived. Bobby Witt, again, up to bat. His 4th plate appearance of the night. Takes that pitch. That is now ball 2. I missed the first one. Daniel Duarte is now in the game for Mexico. Fastball, top of the zone for Bobby Witt. Swings under it. 2-1. Duarte here, member of the Mets as well, just like Alex Carrillo, who pitched a few innings ago. Except Duarte, he is in AAA at Cutter, 91 miles an hour, top of the zone. Misses. And now it's 3-1 on Witt. Witt, Harper, Judge, 1, 2, 3 in the U.S. order due up this inning. And that's a fastball top of the zone, fouled back by one Bobby Witt. 5-2, the score right now. Starting to lose a little bit of steam from live streaming with you guys. There's a pitch taken, ball 4 for Witt, so he's on base. Going to be straight up with you guys right now, at least the diehards who are here. Mentioned SESR 60 might be out a little bit later tonight. Gonna change that. We might wait for SESR 60. That might be tomorrow's venture. Don't think I'm gonna have the steam left in me here tonight after back-to-back live streams where we're now, I think we've live streamed over 4 hours already tonight, and we probably got another one before this ball game's over. Harper steps in, 0-1, now takes inside 1-1. So we might just we might pick up with SESR 60 tomorrow, or I'll do a double feature where there's two SESR 60s out. I don't know. We'll see. That pitch taken inside again by Harper. 2-1. Harper, pitch. Runner, Witt takes off. He's in there easily at second base. Slides into second. Throw. Wasn't going to beat him there. So Bobby Witt puts himself in scoring position with nobody out in a 3-1 count on Bryce Harper. Come on, Harper. Do some damage. Let's see if Harper's got anything in his bag of tricks here tonight. Maybe with the power. Pitch from Duarte, and Harper swings over top of that slider. 77 miles an hour. Talk about a change in speed right there. He went from, 91 mile an hour cutters to 77 mile an hour sliders. Tough to keep your bat back. Here's the pitch again to Harper, and he swings over that one, or under that one. That was a 97 mile an hour fastball. And I know Harper, one of the best hitters in the game, but don't think too many people are going to be able, no matter how good you are at baseball. I don't think too many people are going to all of a sudden see a 77 mile an hour slider and then catch up to a fastball that's 20 miles an hour faster. Judge back up to bat now, 2 for 2 tonight. 2-run home run, a single as well. Has a walk somewhere in the mix. That was his last at-bat. Facing Duarte here with Witt on second. Now Duarte's going to step off. Maybe give himself a breather. Check back the runner, Bobby Witt. Judge again, awaiting this pitch. And Judge hits this one off the end of the bat, so it's just going to be a routine pop-up here. The camera had everybody fooled there. The camera that, shoots behind home plate when a ball gets put out, gets put in play. They had it focused there on the center fielder, Alec Thomas. It's the shortstop, Ortiz, who makes the catch in shallow left. Now back in comes Kyle Schwarber. 2 outs. Now bottom of the 6th. Pitch here. Schwarber goes down to a knee to get it. Did he golf it out? No, it's going to be caught just shy of the warning track. Like the first pitch swinging there for Schwarber. Went down to a knee at the bottom of the zone to get that one, but Thomas in center will make the catch. Gonna have another break here. Got a few more of these. On to the 7th here in this ball game. 5-2 USA. So apologize. Was without sound there. Anyways, apologize for not having any sound. Thank you for notifying me. It's 1-2 now on the number 9 hitter, Joey Ortiz. Nick Gonzalez with a flyout, Alec Thomas with a strikeout, and now I had a feeling there that Ortiz was going to do something, but he just fouled it away. It's 2-2 on him now. Appreciate you all sticking with me here this evening and throughout, both live streams as well, especially you, Flacco. Do what's best for you. You've been good here tonight. Appreciate you, Flacco. 1-2 again from Matt Boyd. This one in the dirt, blocked by the gut of Cal Raleigh. On to some of the other scores that going on in the World Baseball Classic, the other games that we were talking about here tonight. When we started the live stream tonight, Venezuela, as Boyd pitches here, and Joey Ortiz is going to sky that one out to judge. So a 1-2-3 inning for Boyd, much better from him as compared to the 6th. Nicaragua had 7 hits over compared to Venezuela's 5. However, 3 errors for Nicaragua had Venezuela win 4-0. Guess it's not how many hits you got, it's how you do with runners in scoring position, and also having 3 errors. That's crazy. In the other game that is currently going on right now, you have Cuba and I believe Puerto Rico. They are going on right now. It is 4-1 Puerto Rico in the what inning we in here? Just says 3 outs right here. End of the 6th inning. So they're heading into the 7th. They're pretty much on par with us. Both of those teams 2-0 here in their pool of the WBC. So all the other games today are already final. Just these 2 left to go right now here tonight. Also, back to Flacco's comment while I was muted there. Good deal for Rico Dowdle. Jalen Warren ain't going to feel any type of way. I agree. It's a good deal for Dowdle. Going to take it that it's just a little bit less than what Kenny Gainwell got in Tampa. I'm going to guess that this was the strict amount that the Steelers are going to give out to a running back, and that was going to be it. So Gainwell went slightly over it, but Dowdle hit it right on the mark. Good for him. Heading now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch time there. I'm not going to do any such thing. We're going to ride this one out here to the end. Pretty much a game summary up to this point for those of you who are just joining us. 5-2 U.S. Paul Skeens, 4 innings, 7 Ks, 1 hit, 1 walk for Team USA. USA scoring all 5 of their runs in the 3rd inning on a Aaron Judge 2-run homer and an Roman Anthony 3-run homer. But Mexico back in the 6th, calling back into this one at least a little bit. You had Jaron Duran with a solo home run and then a Joey Meneses pinch hit single that I believe scored Jonathan Aranda. So that's how we got to 5-2 here in this game. And now yet another pitcher for Team Mexico, and is going to be Gerardo Reyes of Diablos Rojos del Mexico in the Mexican Baseball League. Reyes, a former Arizona Diamondback, if I remember, back a few years ago. Also some good pitchers here for this Team Mexico team. You do have some mix from the Mexico Baseball League, but also solid group of MLB talent here on Team Mexico. Javier Assad of the Chicago Cubs. You got Victor Vodnik of the Colorado Rockies, Taijuan Walker with the Philadelphia Phillies, and then their closer. I wonder if we see him here tonight. I don't know. Andres Munoz, one of the better closers in Major League Baseball with the Seattle Mariners. Or maybe Maybe this is the pre. Maybe this is the pre WBC list, because I just saw Jose Urquidy there, and Urquidy didn't make the team. There's a liner for Alex Bregman, but it's right at Nacho Alvarez for the first out. So one down already for the U.S. here, and here comes Cal Raleigh again. Raleigh, the big dumper, takes that first pitch up high, cutter 91. 1-0 tonight, or 1-0 in the count. Raleigh 0 for 2 tonight, 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. So not a good night for him at the plate, but hey, it's never too late to change it. See what he does right here. And he does change it, or at least he's trying to, down the right field line, and it's foul. Gave that one some solid contact, and it hit off of the wall out there in right field, but foul. That close to maybe sneaking one inside the pole there for Raleigh. And looking here, and yep, just shy of the wall. In fact, it was so close to the wall that it hit it hit underneath the padding of the wall. That's how close it was to hitting the wall on the fly. Now it's 1-1 for Raleigh. But back to Mexico here. Some solid MLB experience. Javier Assad, Brennan Bernardino. Indeed, Andres Munoz is still on this team. Gerardo Reyes, Victor Vodnik, Taiwan Walker. And then catchers, Alejandro Kirk. Of course, with the Blue Jays. Infielders, pretty much every single one of them has had MLB experience, except for maybe Mateo Gil and Jared Cerna. Another foul there by Cal Raleigh. It's now 1-2 still. Them fouling off pitches. But their outfielders got 2 backups that I think are in the minors. But Jaron Duran, Randy Rosarena, Alec Thomas, 3 starter-capable big leaguers. They're just going to ride with those guys the rest of the tournament. And not a good night tonight for Cal Raleigh. He goes down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. So he's got the golden sombrero and also a welt forming on his right hip. A night he would want to forget here in the WBC. Here comes Roman Anthony up the bat again, takes that first pitch, 4-seamer on the corner for strike 1. Also has a walk here tonight to go along with his home run. Here's Reyes to pitch again. That time fastball was well outside the zone for ball 1. So now 1-1 on Anthony, and that pitch on the corner again. Reyes is really spotting these fastballs right now, except for, the one ball of this AP. His fastball's pretty good. One and two. Could the U.S. maybe for the first time tonight, I believe, go down 1-2-3? Reyes to pitch, and Anthony fouls it away. That would be the first time tonight, right? Not sure. Don't feel like looking it up here. Five to 2. The score, 2 outs. Tons of Mexican fans there in Houston. Packed house tonight at Daikin Park. Split crowd, as the WBC should be. That ball up high, misses on Anthony. It's 2-2. Again, Reyes, his 14th pitch of the inning, delivers, and Anthony grounds it foul, just barely. Aranda gloving it down the line, but they roll it as a foul ball. There's another look at Tarek Skubal. Again, Skubal leaving Team USA tonight. Saw that before we went live. He will not pitch again in the tournament, and he will instead be going back to the Detroit Tigers, getting ready for the regular season. The two-time Cy Young Award winner. The 2-2 to Roman Anthony, and Anthony is going to... Oh, wow! Lined it hard right at Nick Gonzalez. It should have been caught, but it goes off of Gonzalez's glove and in the right field. I mean, Roman Anthony could not have hit this ball more square at Nick Gonzalez, and Gonzalez, no two-hand catch. It goes right off the thumb part of his glove, and the U.S. a bit of life here with the bats off of... that's got to go as an error, right? That needs to go as an error against Nick Gonzalez, and tons of Pirates fans, including me, I'm not going to lie, that right there should have sealed... It seals in my mind that Connor Griffin should be the opening day shortstop for the Pirates, because if Gonzalez is going to make errors like that, then I'd much rather have the kid play short, because that just cannot happen if you're, Nick Gonzalez. Can't put him at shortstop in the 6th spot. Byron Buxton up to bat again, 0-2 on the night. Still 1-1 to Buxton. That pitch was shooting for the outside bottom corner. Couldn't hit it. Team USA has been working into deep counts for most of the night. It's added into why this game has been going on as long as it has. 19th pitch of the inning for Reyes, and Buxton, buddy, calm down. Ball was already in the catcher's mitt when he began his swing right there. Less thinky about what the pitcher's going to throw at you. More instinct and action and athlete take over. 2-2 now for B-Bucks. The pitch from Reyes. Ball again, well outside. So now the count's full. Kirk comes out of his crouch. He's telling his pitcher, calm down a little bit. Let's execute one pitch and get out of this. Bryce Terang awaits on deck. The 3-2. And Buxton again. Same exact thing just happened. Blows a fastball by Buxton upstairs, and Buxton is late as hell reacting to it. And that is going to be it for the 7th. With that, on to the 8th. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost there to the end. Almost there. Still 5-2. Got one more break here tonight. 2 more. We'll be back here in a moment. Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning, and we are slowly starting to come to an end in this baseball game. Still 5-2 USA. It's not the most comfortable lead, but it's somewhat comfortable. We're somewhere in the middle there. 5-2. Team USA been pretty quiet with the bats since the 3rd inning, and Matthew Boyd is back out there for a 3rd inning of work right now. He's got 47 pitches, and he's going up against the top 3 of the lineup. And oh my God, jeez Louise. He's going up against the top order of Mexico. And right as I was just about to say, and the first guy he's facing is Jarren Duran, who took him deep for a solo shot back in the 6th. And Jarren Duran does it again. A solo home run, 374 feet. And Mexico now makes it 5-3. Left on left again, it don't matter. And Duran, the star for Boston, 2nd homer of the game. And I'm sorry if I'm DeRosa. Dero, please, for the love of God, tell me you've got someone up in the pen. Because here's Randy Arozarena. 0 for 3 tonight, Arozarena, but we know he's got the power to change games in a hurry. Griffin Jax is up in the pen. I believe Jax, former Minnesota Twin, maybe former Tampa Bay Ray. He signed a big deal somewhere, just can't remember where, this offseason in the MLB. Duran, mullet flowing. Jax, still up in the pen, 0-2. Gotta wonder when he brings Jackson swing there, half swing, from Arozarena. He checked up, so it remains 1-2 here. 0 for 3 tonight, Arozarena. Grounded out in his last at-bat. DeRosa and company look on from the U.S. dugout. The 1-2 from Boyd. Here's the pitch. Well high, ball 2. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. The screaming again resumes for Mexico fans in Houston. Boyd delivers again the 2-2. And this one, he beams Arozarena right on the elbow guard. Please, DeRosa, get off your ass and go get him. Don't stand there looking stupid with your arms crossed. Go get him. Struggled like hell against the top of the order 2 innings ago, and he's doing the same thing here. Please, get him the hell out of there. Exactly. Don't know what else you need to see. I don't need to see him going against Jonathan Duranda and giving up a base hit again. Don't want to see him go against Alejandro Kirk. Kirk hasn't done jack tonight, but I don't want to find out if that's going to continue. For the love of God, go get Boyd. Put in Jax. And while you're at it, too, if Jax runs into trouble, I want you to get Mason Miller up right now. It's Miller time. Get him up. Don't care. Because this is ridiculous at this point. Here comes Aranda, 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a walk. 10 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. Mexico makes it a game all of a sudden, and then the viewership goes up. Here we go. DeRosa standing beside the steps behind the netting. DeRosa, please move yourself to the top step of the dugout. Here's the pitch. 83-mile-an-hour slider on Aranda in there for strike 1. Aranda awaits Boyd's 0-1 offering. Here it comes. Aranda, grounder, foul to the right. Boyd has now thrown 55 pitches in 3 innings of work here tonight. And he's been constantly pitching with runners on base. Aranda representing the tying run at the plate. Arozarena at first. The U.S. Air Force baseball team that Paul Skeens brought to Houston tonight in attendance, standing in angst. Back to the home run that was hit earlier by Duran, and now Aranda with a chance to tie the game with one swing. The 0-2 from Boyd, and he is going to throw a pickoff here at Arozarena. Randy back in standing safe. And he leads off again, does Arozarena. Maybe some pitch calm issues here. It doesn't seem like that anymore. Raleigh sends the signal. Now here comes Boyd with the 0-2 again. And Aranda strikes out swinging. Third strikeout for Boyd. And here comes Dero. And they wanted the lefty on lefty matchup. That's going to be the final one of the night for Matthew Boyd. And now with the right-handed hitting Kirk and Meneses due up for Mexico, assuming that there's, not a ground ball double play. He'll turn to the right-hander Griffin Jacks. I believe this is the first mid-inning pitching change of the night here. All the pitching changes have come at the end of half innings. So for the first time tonight, we got a break for a pitching change here. Scrolling here, seeing what all's going on Twitter. Got a bit of an update on some Steelers free agency news for those of you following the Steelers here on the channel. According to Jerry Dulac, Steelers insider, looks like the next target in free agency for the Steelers is at left guard. So we talked ad nauseum about Elgton Jenkins today after he got released from the Green Bay Packers. Jenkins now available. And the Steelers looking to add at left guard, be an easy fit, I would think. Jenkins going to Pittsburgh, where he's got a bunch of his old Green Bay Packer buddies. McCarthy. You got Rodgers, McCarthy. I think the old offensive line coach, Jari Evans. Not sure if he played with James Campen. Not sure if he played with Jari Evans or not, who's the assistant O-line coach for the Steelers. We'll see if Jenkins ends up coming to Pittsburgh or not. Griffin Jacks in for Team USA. His first pitch here to Alejandro Kirk, well down for ball one. 1 out. The runner on first is Arozarena. Here's Kirk, 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Takes that ball low as well. 2-0. Jacks, fresh out of the pen. DHP here. Who pitches Friday for the quarterfinal? I believe that might be Logan Webb. if I remember correctly. I know Skeens is pitching the semifinal, or at least he's scheduled to right now. We'll see. But Skeens is scheduled to pitch the semifinal. Webb, I think, would be scheduled for the quarterfinal. And then you got still got Nolan McLean from the Mets, who's going to pitch tomorrow against Team Italy, assuming that he's healthy too. 3-1 now for Jax against Kirk. The pitch, and that pitch is in there for strike 2. And Kirk started to walk towards first base, but that pitch was definitely in there for the strike. Now 3-2. You got a really, really big pitch here for Griffin Jax, let me tell you. You're either a pitch away from getting 2 outs, or getting an out, maybe 2, or bringing up the go-ahead run, and it's a ground ball. Routine double play for Griffin Jax. 6-4-3 double play with Terang Harper. And the United States, they are going to strand the runner at first and leave the game at 5-3. Kirk representing the tying run, and Griffin Jax on a 3-2 count. Just said, big pitch. Maybe get an out or 2, or else you're bringing up the go-ahead run, and he gets the inning-ending double play. And that is all you can say right there. Thank you, Mr. Jax. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 10 of you in here right now. Welcome along here for tonight's live reactions and commentary of Mexico versus USA Pool B play in the pool round of the World Baseball Classic. Both teams 2-0. One of these teams right now, as it stands, it would be Mexico going to leave 2-1. The other team going to 3-0, and most likely controlling their fate heading into quarterfinals, getting home field advantage, stuff like that. If you're new here, welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please like this live stream, share this live stream, leave a comment in the comments section, your thoughts on tonight's game. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. How we got here to this point, we're now up to 13. How we got here tonight, for those of you just joining us. Paul Skeens, easy breezy start for him. 4 innings, 7 strikeouts, had just 1 walk and 1 hit against. The 3rd inning for the U.S., there was an offensive explosion. 2-run home run for Aaron Judge. A 3-run home run for Roman Anthony. I know, sounds odd, a Red Sox and a Yankee teaming up. But then, from the 6th inning to this point, Mexico has woken up offensively. 2 solo home runs for Jarren Duran, an RBI pinch hit single for Joey Meneses. That's how we got to 5-3 right now. And tons of web gems as well here tonight. Bobby Witt, a couple of outstanding defensive plays, diving deep in left field. Well, diving on the grass of left field. Strong throws across the diamond. Aaron Judge throwing out a runner at third base. Jarren Duran, Nick Gonzalez teaming up on a relay to throw out a runner at the plate in the 2nd for the U.S. And now here is Bryce Terang, who I just mentioned a moment ago. Or maybe I didn't. Terang had a web gem too. Jumping catch at second base. Here's Robert Garcia of the Texas Rangers. Outstanding reliever. One of the better left-handed relief pitchers in baseball, in my opinion. Against Terang here. 1 for 3 with a double here tonight. Garcia the pitch. It's now 2-0. Got a new commenter here. Looks like Mark Villalobos. We got a Team Mexico fan in here. Been all Team USA fans in here tonight. 1 Team Mexico fan. We'll give your team some credit here, Mark. They looked pretty much DOA through the middle part of this ball game. You know, it was a rough stretch from them from like the third to the fifth inning. Couldn't really get anything going offensively. But ever since Matt Boyd came into the game for the U.S., guys were able to scratch across 3 runs on him. And now made it a 5-3 game. And I'm hoping to the good Lord up above that Mason Miller is warming up, the flame-throwing closer for the U.S. in the bullpen. We'll have to wait and see if we can see that at all here throughout this half inning. Should be the last ABs of the night for Team USA. Hoping for maybe a little bit of comfort room here with a run or so. 3-2 on Bryce Durang from Garcia, and it's a chopper. Nice athletic play right there by the pitcher Garcia. Chopper back at him. Had to jump up a little bit to grab it, but he snags it and gives a light toss over to first base for the first out. And now top of the order again here for the United States. You got Bobby Witt, who's been doing it all tonight, followed by Bryce Harper. I will say this, if we get to Aaron Judge in this half inning, I have a feeling the U.S. is going to put at least another run up on the board. I have that much confidence in Judge right now. He's seeing the ball pretty well. And this pitch, first pitch swinging here for Witt, it's a foul ball to the right side, but it just gets out of play. If I'm DeRosa here, better have Mason Miller up in the bullpen and getting a couple defensive substitutions ready. Maybe get Pete Crow Armstrong out in center field to close things out defensively. Also, no offense, not like Byron Buxton's doing much with the bat tonight anyways. Should, by some turn of events, Mexico tie the game. 0-1 to Bobby Witt. Might have gotten a piece of it. So in 2 now, nonetheless, on the swing. Back to the comment section here. THP looked up one ticket for the quarterfinal in Houston Friday, which will be USA and behind third base dugout, or on the first base side, it would be $250 plus tax a ticket. Debated making a drive after work in Dallas. Not going to tell you how to spend your money here, THP. I will say, though, THP, it's not that often that the World Baseball Classic comes around. Like, if I had the money and, like, say the Olympics were held somewhere here in the United States, or same thing here with the WBC, as Bobby Witt Jr., second double of the night for Bobby Witt. Hits that one, I believe, again to left center. Got it into that gap again and got it in, sliding into second quickly. He is very, very fast, Bobby Witt Jr. And there's your runner, where now you got Harper here. Unlikely situation that 2 outs get recorded here in this Harper at bat. That will set up Aaron Judge here to bat this inning. But back to the thing, THP. I know, you say it's a lot, and I'd be solo. I mean, you do what's best for you. It is a pretty price to pay. But, I mean, also, if you truly are debating it amongst yourself, you got maybe 3 years before the next time maybe the WBC gets held there in Houston. Because, I mean, who knows? They can move, WBC pool games to the Rangers Stadium. They could do it out, I think, in Chase Field for the Arizona Diamondbacks place. And there goes Bryce Harper down on strikes. He's had a pretty rotten night at the plate too, besides his one single off of the pitcher's foot. Planning on Pirates versus Rangers. See Skeensy in April. Try Yanks in May in KC with work buddies. That's better. And way cheaper too. Hoping that things work out to where Skeens does pitch for any one of those series that you go to there. If they were playing the Dominican Republic, I'd do it. Skeens, but man, U.S. versus Mexico again in no skeens. Yeah, if they were facing the DR or Japan, game would be worth going to. But I think they would smartly price the tickets to where those would maybe be double what it is. You got U.S., Dominican Republic, and Japan, 3 top teams in this tournament. You get any matchup of those 3, and the ticket prices will raise. Kyle Schwarber is now up to bat. Takes that first pitch for a changeup. They intentionally walked Aaron Judge, and smartly so. They set up a 4-set, any of the 3 bases on the field, and also get a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Garcia against Schwarber. Schwarber down to a knee on that swing, and he's now in an 0-2 hole. 1 for 3 tonight, Schwarber. I think that hits a single. Facing Robert Garcia, Texas Ranger against the Philadelphia Philly right here. Anything to the outfield. Scores a nice insurance run with Bobby Witt and net. Change up there from Garcia, well down and outside the zone for ball number 1. We'll see if Schwarber can come through here in a big spot. Batting cleanup. Batting kind of out of order of where he normally bats with the Phillies. I think he's a leadoff guy, if not number 2 with the Phillies. The U.S. tonight, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And now it is going to be 1 for 11. Nick Gonzalez, no error fielding the ball that time. And that's going to be the end of the inning. So on to the top of the 9th. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. trying to hang on to this 5-3 lead. We'll see if Griffin Jacks heads back out there or if they bring in a new arm. I'm hoping it's Mason Miller. Back here in a moment. 10 of you in here. Stay where you are. Top of the 9th coming up. Last chance with the bats for Team Mexico. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is time. Top of the 9th, 5-3 lead for the U.S. We do have a new pitcher on. It is not Mason Miller. Instead, it is a Boston Red Sox, Garrett Whitlock, on to try to close this one down here for Team USA. He will face the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters in Team Mexico's lineup. And now a strike right there down the middle. Just like that, he is up 0-2 on Joey Meneses. Meneses fouling off the first pitch of the at-bat, and Whitlock just threw that one right down Broadway, a challenge pitch, and Meneses didn't even swing. Here's Whitlock, the 0-2. Meneses ground ball past Harper down the line. Judge over to cut it off in the corner. Meneses isn't going to try for 2, and Mexico, just like that, gets a runner on. And the tying run coming up to the plate immediately here to begin the 9th. Oh-2, choking up on the bat and taking the ball where it's going for Joey Meneses. It's now runner on first with nobody out, and here is a pinch hitter. It'll be Alejandro Osuna, a left-hander, one of the reserve outfielders here on Team Mexico, who steps up to the plate here in a massive spot. Takes a cut, fouls off the first pitch. Whitlock trying to work quickly here. Delivers. Osuna. This one popped, and it is going to go into the crowd down the left field line, a foul ball. 0-2. Now on Osuna. Looks like we might have another pinch hitter waiting on the on-deck circle for Nick Gonzalez. And this time, Whitlock finishes off the 0-2 count. Fastball, high and in. Usually never fails for a pitcher. That's a big out number 1 for Whitlock, and Osuna late and under that pitch. Meneses remains at first. And now it's the number 7 hitter. This was Nick Gonzalez, and now it is Ornelas in there. 1 for 1 in the World Baseball Classic so far. That one hit, a home run. And you know he would love nothing more than to do so. That again, right now, Julian Ornelas. The pitch, swing and a miss. Another 0-2 count for Whitlock. Ornelas swinging out of his shoes at that breaking ball that ended up in the dirt. And now another 0-2 for Whitlock. Through the same pitch, change up there, 85. Started at the bottom of the zone, ran down towards the ground. Couldn't get him to bite. Ornelas. Now in a 1-2 count. Here's Whitlock. The pitch. And again, change up. Same pitch, 85 mile an hour. It still missed low. This time it was more in on the batter. Whitlock. Coming set. The pitch again. Foul. And Whitlock got away with that one. Maybe the 2 change-ups threw off the timing of Ornelas, and it's good for him because that pitch was right down the middle. Count is 2-2. Meneses at first. The tying run, Ornelas at the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss for Garrett Whitlock. Changed up speeds with the fastballs. The last 4 pitches of that at-bat, change up, switch up with the speed, with the fastball, and then back to the bread and butter, the change-up. And he got another ugly swing and miss. That's now 2 outs. Down to the final out here tonight. is Mexico. And taking that first pitch for a ball, it is Alek Thomas, the center fielder. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss at that 1-0 offering. Another changeup from Whitlock. 84-mile-an-hour filth. Whitlock nods. Comes set. The pitch. Thomas, another swing and a miss. Changeup again. One and two now. Meneses took second on an uncontested steal. And now Whitlock will step off here. The crowd, thunderous in Houston, steps off, tries to get the pitch calm signal again. Meneses at second. He is not what matters right now. And oh, that breaking ball there looked like it was a changeup again. Nearly got the feet of Alek Thomas. And now the count goes even at 2-2. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop in the 9-hole tonight, awaits on deck. Whitlock trying to finish it off. Thomas, ground ball, backhanded stop by Terang on to first. And the United States holds on for the victory, 3-0 to begin the World Baseball Classic. And what a game that was. Was it perfect? No. USA hasn't really had that much of a perfect game up to this point, except for, maybe Brazil. But, hey, all that counts is stacking wins. And they do it tonight. It is a big third inning in which the United States scored all 5 of their runs, coming off of the bats of Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony, the 2 in-season rivals. Take U.S. over the top tonight. It was a valiant comeback effort for Team Mexico from the 6th inning on. Pair of home runs for Jarren Duran. But in the end, the United States, they anchored down when it was needed. And they get the win here tonight. 5-3 the final score. They move to 3-0 in Pool B, atop their pool. Behind them right now, Italy at 2-0. And now Mexico goes down to 2-1. The top 2 teams of each pool will make it. Right now, the U.S., they just locked up their spot in the quarterfinals. Now it's down to Italy and Mexico to fight it out. Mexico, they will play against someone, maybe Great Britain tomorrow. And Italy, or no, they will play, who would they play? Mexico tomorrow. I gotta see this real quick. Mexico, they will take on, or they do not play tomorrow. My apologies. Maybe they play on Wednesday? Yeah, they will play Italy on Wednesday. Italy, they take on the U.S. tomorrow. They're 2-0. The U.S. 3-0. So that game with a good bit at stake. And off to the next one we go. 14 of you in here right now. Thank you all for stopping by throughout the day today, whether it was the Pittsburgh Sports News live stream earlier today, whether it was being live for about 3 hours and 20 minutes here tonight for this ball game. The man whose name is on my back right now, Paul Skeens, he's the reason we're here tonight. But Team USA will always be represented and followed here. Skeens, 4 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, only had 1 hit allowed and 1 walk. And like I said, it was Judge and Anthony doing the massive lifting offensively for Team USA. And now 5-3, a win tonight. They're 3-0 in the pool. pretty much locks for the quarterfinal, and they can then begin the knockout phase heading into, hopefully, a World Baseball Classic championship, following in the footsteps of the U.S. men's and Olympic ice hockey teams in reaching the top of their respective sports. That's going to do it here tonight. You can feel it now. Voice is starting to go, losing steam. Really, I was pretty much running on fumes from the sixth inning on. Ending kind of gave me a little bit of a jolt, but right now, probably going to be back here tomorrow for another regular Pittsburgh Sports News live stream. At least, banking that 75% chance that happens. Also, SESR 60s will return tomorrow. I might do a double SESR 60 to get all the news from the weekend and today into it, and whatever happens tomorrow as well. But I'll figure that out at a later time. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate the comments on the way here. On your way out, please subscribe. Q Freebird, indeed. Won't you fly high? Team USA is flying high to begin the WBC. And now they take on Italy tomorrow night in their final pool game for the quarterfinals. So that's going to do it for tonight. Finally, about 5.5 hours in total on stream. I want to thank you all for joining me. Have a good rest of the 40 minutes of your Monday night. We'll see you back here probably tomorrow for another live stream around 5:30. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like, share, leave a comment. Go give the channel a follow at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I'm going to go get something to eat and drink and rest this voice and not talk at all. So see you all later. Back here tomorrow. Peace. Team USA with the win here tonight.